Oh my God, it is an absolute pleasure to see your gorgeous face. John Bell is back. Can you just like show people what you're drinking? You said it's Friday. Come on.
It's Friday, just a little glass of Sancerre. What we got here? There's that little note of citrus, maybe. Oh, delicious, delicious.
Nice. I hope Sam doesn't see this. Because isn't there a rule that everyone has to drink his flipping whiskey?
Absolutely, and yet he still hasn't given me a bottle of his. So, Sam, give me a whiskey. I
Well,
want to
that's
try
not
it.
enough, is it? That's not good enough. That he needs to sort that out. Listen, John, it's so lovely to be talking to you. Congratulations. Episode 3 has just been unleashed in the world. First thing I need to ask you, how are you? Are you okay? Are you well?
I'm good. Yes, a bit nervous, of course, as this season comes out to see the fans' reactions. But like so far, it has been overwhelmingly positive, and people are just loving it. So yeah, I feel great.
Second question, where's your bow and arrow?
Where's me? Right now,
Yeah.
I think it's in like the weapons department in Cumbernauld.
Phew, because you're on a bit of a killing spree. You've killed 2 people already. I'm a little bit concerned. What's going
Honestly,
on? What's going on, young Ian?
he really does like have he's no qualms, does he? I mean, it's almost becoming like like calm down a bit, mate. It's like someone. Oh God, I wish they were dead. I'll do it. I'll kill them. It's me. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I've got no issue. But I mean, as we can see in episode 3, that happy-go-lucky, trigger happy,
I
bow and
mean,
arrow happy,
I think,
does come to haunt his conscience a little bit, you know?
yeah. I mean, when you killed Alan Christie, we had Alex Vlahos on, and he was like, I think most people expected that to happen. But I think now I'm more concerned about the dog than you, because what you've done has now put poor Rollo in a place of potentially being kidnapped and tortured.
I will tell you, I think Rollo's fine because if you heard what Arch Buck said, he said, nah, 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 that's not enough for me. I'm going to come back when there's somebody worth taking. And so that is really, I think, those final words of who could it be are the worm that gets into Ian's head. And as you will see, begins to sort of unravel his stone-faced killer mask that he puts on.
Oh,
Um,
Mr. Arch is flipping scary. He's giving me Saruman vibes from like Lord of the Rings. I find him frightening.
it's when he let the hair down and it was like wild. And I was like, first of all, slay. And second of all, oh, scary. Like he looked good, but in like a scary way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. He was giving fierce.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is it exciting then? Because your storyline, your tongue's coming out, so I'm thinking it is. Your storyline is wicked, but young Ian is really getting to have some serious fun this season. I mean, it's intense, but as an actor, do you read the script and get excited?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think for me, I was saying like young Ian's story has built and built and built. They've always given me a little bit more for each season. So here we are on 7, and let's just say Ian is in it the whole way through and is taking care of business. Okay, I agree. Like every time I get a new script, I'm like, what's in store?
Yeah.
Because I know that it's going to be something juicy. Whether it's big emotional moments like we see with his auntie in episode 3, or whether it's action-packed stunts that we may be able to see some of very soon. Um, that's all kind of in the pages before I lift them, and then boom, they're there.
I
I
mean,
often will like call my mom afterwards and be like, "You never guess what I'm doing this week."
oh, that makes me really happy because I feel like you've grown with this show, and I remember talking to you last time about it. But generally, none of you are assholes. I've had the pleasure of chatting to quite a few of you now, and you've all stayed so.
That's just what you see on Zoom.
Okay, maybe some are, but literally, this show's humongous, especially internationally, and you just still seem as excited, as overwhelmed, and as grateful.
Yeah, I mean, as well as that, I think it was something that kind of reminds me a lot of just how kind of special this show is like because obviously we went through those COVID years and it felt quite isolated, but we still managed to get to see it through. But seeing these new cast members come on I'm talking kind of like Izzy, Joey, and Charles, and seeing their reaction to this phenomenon. I mean, we were just in New York for the premiere, and they were like, "Whoa!" Like
Yeah.
these fans they're not just your regular run of the mill fans. Like they're so passionate, and it is so amazing to watch and see. I mean, I actually think it was probably that like, premiere there, just to talk about it a little bit, because it was so special, was that we actually got to watch that first episode in an audience with
Yeah.
the most dedicated fans in the country, in the US. And so to hear their reactions, their ooh and ah and gasps and laughs like live, I was like, wow, the impact this show has, it is beyond words. It's amazing. And then to kind of share it with these new people, it reignites your passion and your energy in it. Yeah.
It's changed your life. What's been the biggest?
Yeah.
What's been the biggest thing that's changed?
But I've been in acting since I was 8, right? So like I've done a lot of big things that have had huge impacts. I mean, but there was a moment in my career when I was about 16, 17, when you're trying to make that transition from a child to an adult actor, that I wasn't getting any work. I thought I was going to have to give everything up. Like I was ready to like go to university and do something else. So like Outlander came about 2, 3 weeks before I was supposed to start university, and I got the audition, and then I got it. And so it really did just send me on a completely different path, give me that kind of support and belief in myself that I wanted, I was looking for, and has provided a character that has allowed me to grow and flourish with them. So on a huge scale, it has changed my life, and I'm so grateful.
Oh, that makes me happy. I love your energy because when I watched that red carpet, I was a bit pissed that we didn't get a premiere in the UK. Can't lie, but anyway. But when I saw you on the carpet in your kilt and you were doing all the leaping and jumping and dancing, I was like, oh my god, his energy! I need his vibes.
I mean, that's just me, right? Like, I just want to be genuine, and like that's all I strive to be. I think there's a lot of walls that can get put up with people sometimes in this industry, and I kind of like to knock them down and be like, oh, this is just me. This is my vibe. If you like it, if you fuck with it, great.
I mean,
So
I think Alex Vlaho said to us last week when I spoke to him. He said, John brings the energy. He said, there's a lot of
that's
people.
very nice about it.
No, he said there's a lot of lovely people, but he does behind the scenes. He brings this energy that's really, it lifts everybody. For you, who's that for you? Who is that person? Is there one person?
That brings that energy. No, there
Yeah.
isn't just one person that brings that energy, but for me, it's the girls. Like Caitriona, is someone that just gives me energy in life, but she also makes sure I know my place too if I need to. She's taught me some lessons over the years. And then Caitlin, she's my confidant, plays Lizzie. Whenever I'm there with Caitlin, I know I've got someone that's really got my back. And our new addition, Izzy, I mean, she has been such a fabulous energy as well, and has really, I think we've really complemented each other both on and off screen.
Hey, listen, a few people said this, and I wanted to ask you as well. When you put on the costume again, I know for this season in particular, and you put in the hairpiece and the clip, because you told me about the clip. How do you feel like when you look in the mirror? Is there like a process? Is there like I don't know, like a Beyonce Sasha Fierce? Like, do you get into a young Ian vibe? Like, how is there or no?
For sure there is. Like his costume and makeup has reflected his journey. So yeah, wherever he is in the story is reflecting how he looks. But more of that, like I think for a performance to feel like authentic and real, you've got to bring like a little bit of you in it, right? And so the way young Ian flips his hair, or the way he makes sure that every single time he's looking pristine when he goes out onto that bridge, that's a little bit of me as well, right? Because I like to make sure that I'm looking good. I like to have a little bit of a flip in my hair or whatever. So all those things that happen with the makeup and costume in tandem with me bring together the character. So yeah, it's so important. But yeah, he likes his little accessories. So do I.
I love that. Before we get to the fan questions, I spoke to Sophie and Richard, and I couldn't help but feel really bittersweet talking to them, knowing that you've got one season left. Um, I don't know. Like, do you feel sad yet? Has it crossed your mind? Because this has been your kind of young as an actor coming through. This is your first big, massive role for such a long time, which is really rare. So have you had a moment to comprehend that, ooh, this is coming to an end soon?
Bittersweetness, but I don't know if I can say like I'm really like sad about it ending because I think it's right that it ends. Like I think we've taken this story and it's going to be no, honestly, because I would hate for it to be drawn out into something that it and then kind of fizzle out. We didn't know if we were going to get an 8 when we were shooting 7. There was 2 plans happening to finish 7 or to continue it to 8, so we weren't sure. So to find out that we got 8 and that everybody came on board for one last time, I was actually stoked to hear that. I think I would have felt more sad if we'd ended there on 7. But now that I know we're going into this final season, everything's going to be rounded up as it should be, and we've had the privilege to tell this story in its entirety. I don't know if I can really say I'm sad. I'm just really proud.
Oh, I think that's beautiful. Okay, fan questions. Lee says, could you ask John if young Ian were an ice cream flavour, what would he be?
Oh, I don't know. I think he'd be like maybe like a peanut butter, like a peanut butter and jelly kind of guy. Don't ask me why, but if the shoe fits.
It works. Okay, Courtney says, just watched episode 3. John was stellar in this episode. What was the most difficult part of saying goodbye to the Ridge? And what was it like filming the burning of the house? You were like, with the water and the buckets, I was like, geez, was he strong or what?
Yeah, the hardest part was physically carrying all that water to try and douse this fire. Yeah, but yeah, it was quite emotional that day. So first of all, thank you, Courtney, for the lovely words. And yeah, I just can remember thinking, wow, this is the end of an era. Like that house has stood there this whole time, and we've always come back to it, and now it's just going to be gone. It was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
But maybe there's a new house in their eyes, and that will be more beautiful.
Yeah, and one theme that I think everybody is asking loads about is your relationship with Kat and Sam. And I know you've mentioned everybody, but I feel like in some ways, big bro and big sis, how have they helped you? Like, aside from being on set, like the chats behind the scenes, all that kind of stuff.
Oh gosh, I mean, I think I've gone to Caitriona about most issues in my life at some point. She's just that kind of person, She's got good advice, considered advice. And so yeah, they've helped me in loads of ways. Like they've become close friends. And their attitude on set is what I just love the most. Like they are there to do a job, but they're there to have fun. And they're passionate about strong about what they believe in. So all of those things I've kind of been soaking up and thinking that's exactly how I want to continue to kind of be on sets. Yeah.
We are 3 episodes into season 7, 16. That's a lot to get through. Come on then, let's hype it up. Let's gas everybody up. What is coming, John? Come on.
My good golly God. I actually it's so exciting. It's so exciting. I mean, we have got explosions. We've got love making. We've got furry animals. I mean, we've got a lot of horse farts. I don't know. There's so much coming up. It is so exciting. Fans are in for an absolute roller coaster. We've got some incredible guest players coming in as well. Like the talent that you'll see on screen in these performances is phenomenal. You're going to move. You're going to be moved. You're going to cry. You're going to laugh. I mean, it really hasn't felt like this in I think quite a long time, and it's really, really special. And Sinead O'Connor singing us in every week. Bring it on.
When I hear that first line, sing me a song, I'm just like, like when you
yeah, affecting. I mean, I literally went to Sky with my partner there, and we had to put it on in the car. We were like singing along to it. It was very cute.
I love that. Hey, listen, it's an absolute pleasure.